We begin tonight with breaking news. Police and protesters lobbed smoke bombs at each other outside President Trump's rally in Phoenix.
Officers in riot gear lined the streets as supporters and opposition groups march outside the convention center where the president spoke at the Make America Great Again rally.
KCAL 9 political reporter Dave Bryan is live in Phoenix right now with an update on what's happening with the very latest. Dave?
Jeff and Lena, things are actually pretty quiet here right now. You can see the lights of the police cars, the Phoenix police behind me. But overall, all things considered, this could have been a real disaster because you had thousands of very passionate supporters of President Trump and thousands of very passionate protesters just yards apart from one another. And the potential for some really bad things to happen here tonight was very real. But as a tribute to the Phoenix Police Department and the way this city is run and the attention that was paid to this, really all in all, other than a few bangs, as you mentioned before, this was a relatively peaceful night, all things considered. Just when it looked like the showdown at President Donald Trump's Phoenix rally would end without any serious incidents, what appeared to be a series of smoke bombs went off at the intersection that separated the rally supporters from thousands of angry Trump protesters, leaving a cloud of smoke hanging over the streets.
Don't Trump what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like!
Protesters shouted their opposition to Trump as the rally ended, but Phoenix police were taking no chances. As the Trump rally supporters exited the convention center, they found a line of police officers in the street to get them out safely and prevent any clashes with the protesters.
I personally would like to send the message that he's not welcome in my city, that his views aren't my views, and that what he stands for is not what I stand for.
Well, clearly this was not a love fest between supporters of Trump and protesters, but it could have been a lot worse. However, it certainly demonstrated once again, as if we needed reminding, just how bitterly divided this country is about President Trump. Jeff, Lena, back to you.
You know, Dave, I have a question because you mentioned the potential for bad things to happen there, and it looked like maybe some things would bubble up.
Yeah.
I understand that in Arizona, you can carry a weapon without a license. I don't know if there was any open and carry individuals there. Did you see any guns there by some of the protesters?
Well, it's a good question. We did not see. Now, the protesters, generally speaking, are not necessarily big supporters of the Second Amendment. Certainly not as passionate about that Second Amendment protecting the right to bear arms as many of those on the other side who support President Trump. So we weren't expecting to see that on their side, and we didn't see it. Now, the interesting thing is that there are no guns allowed in the convention center in this city. So no guns were allowed, essentially, you know, by those who were attending the event as well. It is an open carry state. So if you're 21 years old and you haven't committed a serious criminal offense, you can carry a gun pretty much anywhere you go, except not in the Phoenix Convention Center.
Okay, Dave Bryan reporting live for us tonight in Phoenix. Dave, thank you so much. Well, inside the convention center, President Trump gave a fiery speech before a crowd of supporters. He brought up his campaign promises to crack down on immigration and, of course, to build a wall on the southern border with Mexico. But he spent most of his time on stage blasting the media.
And I mean truly dishonest people in the media and the fake media. They make up stories. They have no sources in many cases. Just like they don't want to report that I spoke out forcefully against hatred, bigotry, and violence, and strongly condemned the neo-Nazis, the white supremacists, and the KKK. One by one, we are finding the gang members, the drug dealers, and the criminals who prey on our people. We are throwing them out of the country, or we're putting them the hell fast in jail. And we are building a wall on the southern border, which is absolutely necessary. Obamacare is a disaster. And think, we were just one vote away from victory after 7 years of everybody proclaiming repeal and replace. One vote away.